reason you think you're bad at art is actually because you're getting better. You see mistakes because your eye has improved. One of the strangest things about getting better at art is that your ability to see problems can improve faster than your ability to fix them. We see this with music a lot. When musicians start playing more than ever, they join a new band, they're touring, they're playing live shows, they're just playing nonstop all the time. They'll hit a point after a few months where they feel like they are screwing up everything. Nothing is going right. They're so frustrated. The reality is that their ear got better. All of that practice that they were doing let them identify problems they didn't realize they were previously having. They didn't get worse. They got better at recognizing what they needed to fix. And this is the same thing with art. You start to notice the wonky proportions, bad values, awkward angles, and things like that. A beginner may not even recognize these problems. Being frustrated by them can actually be evidence that your artistic eye is getting stronger. The next reason is that you're comparing your work to your goal, not to where you started. We tend to look at a drawing and think, this doesn't look like the reference. We rarely compare it to something we made 2 years ago. Pulling out old artwork can make improvement ridiculously obvious. Next, you forget how many decisions you now make automatically. Mixing a color, choosing a pencil, controlling your pencil pressure or your paintbrush pressure, deciding where to soften an edge or leaving a highlight alone. Things that once required conscious thought eventually become so automatic. Because they feel so easy now, you stop giving yourself credit for knowing them. Next, your normal may actually be impressive to somebody else. After you've drawn for years, something like creating a smooth gradient or drawing a realistic eye may feel completely ordinary. Then you watch a beginner struggle with it and realize, oh, I guess that isn't actually easy, and it's pretty cool that I know how to do those now. The next big problem, you're judging your artwork from 6 inches away. Artists spend hours staring at every tiny flaw. The viewer sees the whole piece all together. That little pencil mark or slight imperfect transition that is driving you crazy is most likely completely invisible at a normal viewing distance. Next, are you comparing your unfinished work to somebody else's finished work? I see this with students all the time. They think, why does my half-finished colored pencil drawing look worse than this artist's finished, photographed, and edited piece? Clearly I have no talent. We make absolutely absurd comparisons without even realizing we're doing it. Don't compare what you're currently working on with someone else's finished piece. Next, you don't count the things you fixed. Maybe the first sketch was wrong and you corrected it. Maybe you mixed the wrong color and adjusted it. Maybe you ruined an edge and softened it again. We tend to remember the mistake instead of recognizing that fixing mistakes is such a huge part of being good at art. It's kind of the biggest part. That's my job, is fixing what I screw up. Struggling doesn't mean you're bad at it. Experienced artists struggle too. Trust me, I do a lot. They've just often gotten better at diagnosing what's working and knowing what to try next. Skill doesn't mean everything comes easily. The awkward stage fools you every time. A painting can look absolutely terrible halfway through. Experienced artists aren't necessarily avoiding that stage. They've learned not to panic when they hit those ugly stages. Layer until it looks good. I say this all the time, but it really matters. Don't panic when you hit the ugly stages. They're normal. Next, you are probably discounting consistency as a skill. Being able to sit down, practice, observe, make corrections, and finish things matters more than having some mysterious natural talent, which isn't really a thing. You gotta practice no matter what. Next, your talent keeps moving ahead of you as you improve. Your standards often rise too. Something that would have thrilled you 3 years ago may disappoint you today. Not because you've gotten worse, but because your expectations have gotten higher. Kind of goes back to that first point. So next time that you feel down on your skill, remember how far you've really come. Plus, the most important thing is that you are working towards your end goal. You are doing something. That is far more than most people in this world will ever accomplish when it comes to art. Most people are never even gonna try to pick up that pencil or that brush. Be proud of every single thing you create. It all gets you one step closer to your end goals. You're probably further along than you realize, and being able to see what needs improvement doesn't erase everything that you've learned. Let me ask you, do you know how hard to push with your colored pencils? Are you using too heavy of a hand? Are you not pushing hard enough? I answer that question in this video next.